Hey guys, in today's video I'm playing the T-55A on Kharkov, which is a map that I know a lot of people struggle with, so hopefully this replay will give you a little bit of help in figuring out how to play it. So right away you can see I'm telling my team where I'm going and what I'm doing, and I'm going to go over to this position right here, and my goal is to spot this crossing where you'll often see enemy heavy tanks going towards the zero line. This is my opener every time I'm playing this map in a medium tank. Only a medium tank can really play this position. Heavies are too slow and their camo isn't good enough. You could also do it in a light tank, but in a light tank you do have the option of playing out in the field if you so desire. But certainly when I'm playing a medium tank, this is where I always go. And you can do the same from the north spawn as well, although I think that this position on the south is a little bit better. So right away I get here and just set up and have my gun aimed at the crossing here, and now we just play the waiting game. This is a map that you have to be pretty patient on, so just waiting to see if anybody crosses. And normally by now you'd have somebody going across, so I'm a little bit unsure about whether I'm going to catch anybody out or not. And then right there you see the enemy actually crosses the safer way behind that row of buildings, and I still managed to get a shot into that T-34, but if they had crossed like I was expecting them to like this, I probably would have gotten possibly 2 shots, maybe even a third into them. But so I only got 1 there because they went through the back, which is pretty unusual, especially since those guys aren't actually the best players. Not common to see people going through the back like that. So you can see, taking a look at the minimap, and see that we've already had 2 tanks just kind of suicide out in the field, way too overcommitted there. And similarly our M4 is a little bit far up on the zero line, and there's 3 tanks in front of them, Scorp G in the back. They still have a couple of unspotted TDs who I'm assuming are possibly over at B0 as well. So since nothing's happening here, I decided to start relocating, especially since they have a Tiger who's kind of making an ill-advised push down the trench in the middle. The trench is really not a very useful position to go to. People see it and think, oh look, this is a direct route straight to the enemy base, but you're kind of trapping yourself down there, which this Tiger has kind of done, and I'm just waiting for him to pop up, and I'm hoping to get a shot into his track there, and then to get smacked by some other tanks as well. And luckily for me, he's not a very good player, so he just kind of lets me farm him, and he doesn't actually pull down to stay safe, and I managed to pick up the kill on him. And then right here, this T-62 makes like a completely insane decision. He stops out in the middle of the open field and decides that he wants to take a shot on me when he's one-shottable. And the you can see the IS-3 behind me actually manages to pick up the kill before I do. So now I'm turning my attention back over to the zero line, and I can see that our M4 and that aggressive position is now getting flanked by their 430. So I want to head back over there and try and support my team, and also their Scorpion is actually moving up as well. So I immediately switched to high explosive because I can pen him with HE pretty easily. Pull up here to the same spot I was in before and get one into his turret. And in hindsight, I probably could have stayed up high and just tried to stay hull down against him, but I wanted to get into the battle quicker, so I decided to push on him. And right there, I over-angle my armor just a tad, so I take a hit from him, unfortunately, but then RNG blesses me with a ammo rack against him there. And right here, I'm just taking a moment before I start pushing out again, because I can see they still have, or they had, the T-103 was unspotted, but he just popped up on the map now, and I was just thinking for a moment, looking at where the enemy tanks were before I decided to push up in case I got hit by something unspotted. And their T-43 is making a mistake here, pushing up that aggressively, which allows me to come in behind him here from this position and get a flank on him. And immediately I start pulling back into this this kind of corner here, because I'm kind of in an exposed position, and that T-30 does what I thought he might do, and he pushes around on me, and luckily I managed to take that hit into my tracks, and he doesn't penetrate me. So now I can just face down against this Type 59 there, just reversing, side-scraping out against him, keeping an eye on the tortoise behind me as well. So I decided to push him now because They're the only 2 tanks on this flank, so I can 1v1 this guy. He makes an ill-advised poke on me there, and I managed to bounce his return shot. And then here he makes the right play by trying to face hug me, which prevents me from getting another one into him. I bounce that round off his turret there. So now I can just basically clean up and kill this tortoise at my leisure here. Coming around the corner, making sure he's not looking at me. Aim one into his rear road wheel there, which strangely, I don't know why that didn't track him, but it doesn't, so just keep pushing around and put another one into his rear. That wasn't perfectly aimed there at his rear road wheel, but put a third one in. Finally get the track on him from the front. Now he's stuck, and I can just slowly take my time, put another one into the rear road wheel, retracks him, and he repairs again. I think he might have had no. He used his repair kit the second time, I think, and just he has a really good repair crew or something because he was repairing his tracks pretty quickly. So now it's just clean up. Artillery's hidden in the back, unspotted somewhere. Somebody's pinging A0, so that's probably where he is. So I can just go hunt down all the tank destroyers that are in the field now, and that's bad driving on my part right there. That would have been really bad if I had accidentally flipped myself coming through there. That's one thing you have to be careful with on this map. That turn there between those walls. I don't know what to call them exactly. That's hard to navigate, especially when you're going fast. So just take your time when you're executing that move there. So SU-130 is spotted out in the field, facing down against our RHM, so I'm just moving through the low ground here, trying to stay unspotted. Loading high explosive again because he's soft-skinned, and I can kill him in one hit with high explosive. So just sneaking up on him still here, and looking for the shot. And then, strangely, that doesn't penetrate for some reason. It looked like it hit pretty clean on his turret. It didn't look like it hit his gun, so I'm not sure why that wasn't a penning shot, but oh well. So a couple of tanks left over here now, so just pull up to the hill here and help my team finish them off. Managed to rack up quite a bit of damage this game, so a good battle. Looking for the tracking shot on the Type 61 there, and I luckily managed to get it. And then the IS-3 picks up the kill on him. And then right here, I start to get a little bit unlucky with the gun handling on this tank, which is pretty good. It has pretty good accuracy, this vehicle, but here at the end, a lot of my shots were just going like super wide. I was getting a little tilted at the end here. Nothing would connect. That one luckily goes right where I'm aiming, but you'll see here I end up missing a bunch more. That one just goes a little bit too far to the left and hits the snow pile there. That one was kind of marginal because the house was like blocking most of his tank. And then you'll see this one here goes super low and just tracks him, and then that allows the Stirrer Mill to pick up the kill. And that's game right there. So hopefully that will help you guys a little bit on this map, give you an idea of what you can do. I see a lot of people on this map tend to make the mistake of trying to play the field in a medium tank, and in my opinion, in a medium tank, your best course of action is actually to play the city on this map. It's the more decisive part of the map. In my opinion, that's where you're going to have the most impact. So that's where I would suggest that you guys go when you're playing a medium tank on Kharkov. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.